Hi there, Mom. I know you probably already don't like talking about weight before pregnancy and probably hate it even more during pregnancy. I understand. Today, though, we are going to talk about weight management during pregnancy. What are the appropriate ranges for you and your body type? And then I'm also going to share realistic tips to help you stay in those ranges. If you're new here, my name is Adi Tutu and I am a board certified women's health nurse practitioner, and I'm also a mother of two, so I completely understand how stressful this topic can be. Today, I'm going to do my best to make it as easy and digestible as possible. Let's get into it. First things first, there's no one size fit all for all moms because of body type and how much weight you already have on you. So for the first trimester, we're talking about a total of 1 to 5 pounds total, all right, depending on what your starting weight is. Remember, baby doesn't even get up to a pound during the first trimester, the first 13 weeks. This 1 to 5 pounds is not coming from baby. It's coming from, your uterus getting bigger, the blood volume increasing, and things of that nature. So it should not be more than 5 pounds total. For second trimester, this is when things pick up, okay? So mom, you can be gaining up to 1 pound every week. So that makes a total of between 12 to 14 pounds in the whole second trimester. For third trimester, you should not be gaining more than 1 to 2 pounds every week. So that puts us between 25 to 35 pounds for your whole pregnancy. However, this is where we are going to talk about different body sizes. Based on your pre-pregnancy weight, we're going to put you in a certain category based on your body mass index. So it's either you're underweight or normal weight, or overweight or obese. And based on whichever one these ones are, it's gonna tell you the range of how much weight you should gain. So if you're underweight, all right, you need those extra nutrients, okay? So you have a range of 28 to 40 pounds. If you are normal weight, again, you have the range of 25 to 35 pounds. If you're overweight, your range is 15 to 25 pounds. And then if you are obese, you have 11 to 20 pounds range, okay? If you don't know your BMI, there are lots of websites, lots of apps that can help you calculate that, okay? We can quickly do a quick calculation here. Let's plug mine in. I am 158 pounds. I am 5 feet and 2 inches, and that puts me at overweight. So that means I only have a range of 15 to 25 pounds to gain during my pregnancies. Hope that makes sense. So here's the thing I want to mention. I know this can seem overwhelming and really daunting and annoying, to be honest. I completely understand it. But the reason why it's very important for you to be very careful in how much weight you gain is because of the complications that can happen to you, mom, or to your precious baby. Complications such as gestational diabetes, okay, which actually could cause a mom to be more predisposed to have diabetes in the future, okay? It actually increases a mom's chance of getting a C-section. It increases the chance of preterm birth as well, meaning, mom, that you may deliver earlier than you're supposed to. It can even make postpartum recovery harder for you, mom. And then for baby, it can cause babies to be bigger than they're supposed to be, and then can make delivery harder, and it can cause complications such as shoulder dystocia, meaning that baby's shoulder is stuck when they're trying to come out to you. Ouch. It puts baby at an increased risk of having neurotube defects that affects the brain and the baby's spine development, puts baby at a risk for being a stillbirth. I know. Yes, this is heavy, but unfortunately, this is the reality of what can happen if we gain too much weight during our pregnancies. So here are a few red flags, mom, that I want you to pay attention to and bring it to your doctor's attention during your next appointment. If you are gaining more than 2 to 3 pounds every week consistently, that's worth a conversation. If you have gained 5 pounds in any week range, that's worth a conversation. If you are over 10 pounds overall per trimester, all right, this is worth a conversation, and it's time for us to reassess and determine what you can fix in your diet. So now here are the realistic, manageable tips for you to stay within those ranges, okay? First, I want you to stop the phrase, "I'm eating for 2." Okay? Because the truth is, you only need 300 to 500 extra calories a day. These are some of the examples of what those meals would look like, what that extra meals will look like. They are not as much as you would think, right? And the number 2, which is a tip that you should be doing outside of pregnancy as well, is you want to make sure that you're choosing nutrient-dense foods that you can eat a big amount of that are lower in calories. Your vegetables. You can never eat too much vegetables is what I say to people. Your fruits, right? Make sure that you're choosing your lean proteins. You're adding whole grain to your plates. You want to make sure that you're eating foods that are high in fiber. Your whole grains should be very high in fiber. So your quinoa, your farros, your beans, your legumes, your lentils, those are high in fiber and really good for you and baby. Number 3 is staying active, mom. Yes, you can stay active during pregnancy. Remember the exercises that you were doing pre-pregnancy is the exercises that you should stick to, okay? But safer, most women are walking, right? Walking 30 minutes a day, swimming, exercises that are low impact, okay? Next one is water. Drinking water. Water is your best friend. It's going to help you also feel full for longer. Next one is sleep. Sleep is very important because it helps you to actually regulate your hunger cues, okay? So you want to make sure that you're getting as much sleep as possible, at least 7 to 8 hours a day. Another tip is keeping a food diary. You'll be surprised how much you eat if you're actually keeping a diary of how much you are. So if you have a food diary, you'll be able to see what you can take out, what you can add in, or what you're doing wrong, like where you can make changes. So I always say it's important for moms to have a pregnancy journal. Literally a pregnancy journal where you can jot down all your thoughts, including what you're eating, will really make a big difference in your pregnancy. Now, mom, here's what I want you to remember. Give yourself grace. Just make sure that you are paying attention to what you're eating and making changes where you can. Communicating with your prenatal providers, being in touch with how you are eating and what you might fix, and being honest with yourself while giving yourself grace will really make a difference in how much you gain. Do not be so hard on yourself, but just be conscious. The reason why we bring up weight every time is because we want you to be conscious of how you're eating and what you're eating. Because truth of the matter is, the idea of eating for 2 has completely messed us up. A lot of us really truly believe that we're eating for 2, so we're doubling our calories, which is very dangerous. So we just need to rewire our minds to say, hey, I'm not eating for 2. I only need between 300 and 500 extra calories a day. And when you're mindful of that, you're gonna make better food decisions. All right, mom, I hope this was not overwhelming. I hope this was helpful for you. If you found this very helpful, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. As always, I hope that you're taking very good care of yourself during this very vulnerable time. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.